Fancy remix, page 444.
Welcome back to take 444, continuing the trawl through my psychedelic record collection, and we're on the Bees still. We're starting with Bliss, the power trio from Arizona. This is their one and only album from 1969. This is a reissue, don't have an original of these. I don't know that I've ever seen one, an original. This is on Outsider, good label, on black vinyl. So this is power trio, heavy psychedelic rock. I don't like the term psych rock, but it's acid rock, as it would be called, or could be called. So a good album. Very much influenced by Cream, Hendrix, and Blue Cheer, people like that. I think the originals were blue rather than this pink, but I've never seen an original. Probably never will. They do a take of Rock Me Baby by B.B. King, which everybody used to do back then. There's also a track by Joe Tex, I Want to Be Free. It's pretty good. Definitely worth picking up if you can find it. Next is a band from San Diego, I think. This is The Brain Police, a fantastic cover there. Silver and black cover. This is an unreleased album from '68. This band, there's the full story inside. This is on Akama, the great Akama label, reissue label, semi-legitimate. Not sure any royalties would ever get through to the band members, but so that's the Akama label. I'm sure you all know. So this was they never made it to vinyl back in the day, but it was definitely a shame that they didn't, because they were a good band. Pop psych, psychedelic rock, not heavy, but they backed up bands around their area, backed up Steppenwolf and people like that, touring bands. And it's definitely worth picking up. Again, The Brain Police. Next, we have an album from the UK. Actually, it's from the UK. It's a Scottish band, Bodkin. This is their one and only release, I believe. This is 3 Days After Death. I'm not actually sure that's the track on side one. I'm not sure if the original actually had a name. It was just called Bodkin and sort of self-titled. This is a reissue, bootleg reissue. It was only issued in 100 copies, I think. No, 99 copies to escape VAT and export taxes and stuff like that. This is on West Records. It was actually produced by somebody called Jim West, but this is a bootleg. It's not actually listed, I think, in Discogs. The originals, if you could ever find one, there's never been one sold on Discogs. They are between $5,000 and $10,000. Incredibly rare. 1972, progressive psych with heavy organ. It sounds like it was recorded in '72. It's very, very much of its time, and it's very good. It's very atmospheric. From Falkirk they were, and they produced this, and then that was it, I think. But it's one of the rarest LPs to come out of England or out of Scotland. Bodkin, but the reissues are pretty easy to get hold of still, I think, as far as I know. So next up we have a Danish band, Burnin Red Ivanhoe. This is their second album. I do have a copy of their first, but I couldn't find it. It's somewhere out there in my collection. This is 1970 on Warner Brothers, the green Warner Brothers label. So it's a jazzy, a little bit of folk, progressive psychedelic rock. It's pretty good. It's an interesting listen. It's very much European, with that that jazzy vibe that the Scandinavians often put to their music around that time. But definitely worth picking up if you can find a cheap copy. I'm not sure how much these go for nowadays, but I got this one for next to nothing 20 years ago. And it's yeah, worth hearing. So the second Danish band is Baby Woodrose. They are still going. This came out in 2001. This is their first album. It's called Blow Your Mind. They do go for the very psychedelic sleeves. That's the inside gatefold, and it's good psychedelic pop, really. Rock influences, but it's not heavy rock. It's kind of yeah, a slightly lighter psychedelic rock, and it's good stuff. This is their first album, as I say. The next one is from 2012, I think, and is called Third Eye Surgery. I couldn't pass up a sleeve like that. So this is a similar type of thing, slightly more perhaps rocky, but it's good stuff. Again, very psychedelic gatefold. This one is on Baby Afro Records, so that's the on black vinyl. So that's the label. And the first one that I showed is on Bad Afro, not Baby, Bad Afro as well, and that's the label on that one. This one is on sort of an orangey yellow vinyl. Like I say, I think they're still going, and definitely worth investigating if you want to hear something slightly more up to date. Next up is an album by Kenny Odell called Beautiful People. This is from 1967 on Vegas Records, and this is pops. There's some psych elements to it, but it's mostly just a pop album. But it's of its era. Especially called Beautiful People. It could only come out in 1967, I think. And it's pretty good. It's sort of Light Monkeys type pop album. That's the rear of the album. So they're trying to go for the psychedelic market. It's a sort of sunshine pop touches as well. I think he did some country albums as well. Kenny Odell. Yeah, on Vegas Records, which is part of White Whale, which JK & Co. was on. Next up, we have the Bardo Pond. This is another band that's still around. So this is their album Amanita. This is from this is a reissue or 25-year reissue. On gloriously purple vinyl. Yeah, so this is kind of noise rock, you would call it nowadays. Droney, psychedelic noise. They take some influences from Sonic Youth, that type of thing. But it's very good. It originally came out in 96. This is on Matador. Yeah, so this is a 2021 reissue. And it's, if you kind of like that type of thing, this is a good a good album. It's, like I say, it's pretty heavy, drony, noise, rock, but it's definitely quite trippy, and especially with a name like Bardo Pond, and an album called Amanita. It couldn't be anything else. About all for this week. I'll be tuning in and turning on again next week for some more. I hope you join me. Bye.